I've got a bad feeling about this.
Welcome back, everybody. Next episode of ICG Grades. Today we're taking a look at the next iteration of the killing corridor. This is a pretty famous concept that's been around for quite a while. Now, whether or not it still works is a different question.
It needs to die.
This one was put out by our favorite, I'm going to call him Australian colleague. And if you're familiar with the channel, we've done more than a few builds from that end. And they haven't had the greatest track record ever. But we try to evaluate everything on its own merits. Now, this presented some interesting challenges. It seems on the face of it pretty easy. The only thing that we did to change it was add a little bit more to the ass end here, just so there's room for all of us to be there. Makes sense, right? And then I put a little pillar back here so we can do a jump up to it and not have to worry about trying to fly over the fence. You know, give it a legit entryway. Problem being is that over the course of building this and following the step-by-step and trying to match the specs in the posted build video, it collapsed on me 3 times mid-tier. Just fell right the hell over. Eventually, Davian and X got involved, and then we had 2 more collapses at that point, building this second one right next door, and you can still see some of the rubble laying on the ground from where it just fell over. Couple of things at play here, and it took us some experimentation to try to figure out. Now, the builder references some things in the comment section of his own video that I don't think are actually the cause of why it came down. The first one, as it turned out, and it took me a while to catch on, is about halfway through the instructions there, he changes stream on some of the dimensions that he's using. So if you're not paying real close attention there, you might actually have some more walls on the sides here than the weight on this can actually bear. The second thing that came up was the difference in weight between concrete bars and iron bars. When this second build over here fell over for the second time, that was the cause. The fact that iron bars have more mass and weigh more than concrete bars caused that thing to collapse in on itself. With no other comment about the efficacy or durability overall of it, I will say that if you're going to build this, follow it very carefully. It is teetering right on the edge of its own build weight. There's no room for deviation here and no room for error.
And that also means that if something gets knocked out, you could be in a whole lot of trouble a whole lot of quickly.
The fact that I was able to take this thing down by putting the wrong kind of bars on it really kind of terrifies me. That, and they've obviously, you know, been doing a lot of work with the AI over the last couple of alphas, and I think this is probably only second to the wedge tips in designs that the developer have actively tried to kill. The idea being the zombies will come up the stairs here. No surprise, they'll get to this. They will see a block here and trying to get to the wall and this angle down here that isn't. So they'll run, they'll fall, they'll go, oh crap, the meat's over there, and then they'll cycle back. The question becomes the efficiency and at what rate they decide to cycle back. A significant portion of them are likely to go, oh, fuck that guy, and then just start beating on this pillar. We'll see how much that happens, because that's going to be the difference between pass and fail. Same with, and I've said it before, single pillar construction, which I am never a fan of.
It's really all going to come down to, does this drop the dirt? Yeah, okay, but is this drop enough to trigger their rage state?
Yeah.
If they fall, they get pissed off, they're going to start beating on anything nearby.
Supplies needed. It's cheap. It's easy. You know, on paper, this shouldn't take more than about 10 minutes to build, and in reality, that's all it ever took to get to the part where it would just fall the hell over. But supplies, I'm going to say an A. Corridors have never been expensive, and that's been one of the attractions about them. Build difficulty. Kind of a 2-part grade there. You know, on paper, build difficulty A. Between myself, Davian, and X, I would be surprised if we have less than 150 cumulative bases built just between the 3 of us. And if there's one thing we've done plenty of for this channel, it's build other people's stuff. So when we're on hour 3 of trying to figure out why this thing keeps falling over,
we're literally watching it frame by frame.
Yeah, that raises questions for me, and I think build difficulty should be an A, but in practice kind of turned into like a C minus D when all 3 of us are just pulling our hair out trying to figure out why it just keeps falling over.
Original video for this base, at the end he mentions that it's so good you could probably like still build it out of wood or cobblestone in it would work.
I don't like that idea.
I don't think wood or cobblestone could actually support itself as much as concrete does here.
Let's get to the Horde Knight. See how she does.
Watch they start climbing up the stairs on the failed build over there. And
Let's just cycle on that thing. Hold on, let's see what we get on the tracking.
Everybody
Scoot down
squeeze
here.
up.
Squeeze down here to
Squeeze
the
up in
thing.
here.
Let's make sure we got the... Pick the turret up for a bit. Let's see what this does. Alright, there she goes. What's up, Karen? What you got? Up. Go. I don't like the direction she went in.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people wailing on stuff down there.
some are whaling, some are actually doing it right.
Some are cycling, but some are not.
They're just hitting the walls inside the corridor.
Suppose that's why you put a roof on it.
See, Grandma there's digging.
A lot of them beating on the sides there. Oh, yeah, that's not good.
What's that?
There's a giant collection of them beating on the thing we're standing on.
Oh yeah, we're already losing blocks.
Yeah. Alright, fuck them up. I brought grenades for just that reason.
Oh god, yeah, they are already taken out 2 blocks there.
That's not ideal. I'm in danger. What I got going on over here? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of beatings.
To its credit, some of them, I'm going to say probably about 50-50 are doing what it's supposed to do.
This is definitely a concept that has degraded.
It's good at getting them to run at you in a straight line. They're not cycling.
Some are. I mean, it's not 100% fail on the cycle, but it's not great. Quite frankly, I haven't seen this much beaten since my own bedroom when I was 13. I'm gonna be upset if this back end stands up just because I customized it to be so thick. Remember, boys and girls, when you have a choice, always choose thick.
Yeah.
X. Yeah. You tell Jackie you said that.
That's fine. Tell it myself.
She got that booty!
It wound up down on the ground for some reason. They're still doing that.
I was hoping they would fix that. Ooh, I can see the other side through that pillar over there.
Yeah, that's...
I'm not wild about that. Oh my god, they've been beating the shit out of this front piece, huh?
Oh yeah.
Now looking at that, I'm fairly certain if this had been the stock design, that would have already caved in. I'll have to go back and check the specs on that, but I think on the initial build for one player, that would have been all she wrote. We took a lot of shit the last time around because we did a different corridor from the same build and people were saying that it wasn't fair, but you know, when they're built to spec, and in that case we actually added some durability and ran into problems, it's just that this is a design that has been paid some unkind attention by the developers. It's just not all that effective anymore.
If you were by yourself, the sheer number of Zeds you're going to have wouldn't... Oh, I just saw some bars fall. The number of Zeds you have probably would make this manageable. They wouldn't do as much damage.
Depends on your personal game settings, and yes, that's a caveat.
Yes.
Where everything we test is tested with multiple players. We're dangling?
The middle's dangling.
We dangling. Now that's weird because there's no way that would have stayed up if I had tried to build it without that center pillar.
Well, you can see we're missing pieces. Well, those pieces fell when we started dangling, so I think it kind of met its own fail point and then equalized.
And there's some additional problems with a20's build durability and support math right now anyways, so a lot of this at the moment is kind of anybody's guess because things function weird on a good day, and right now in a20 they're functioning even weirder.
I wouldn't mind taking another look at this in 6 months once they fix a bunch of stuff.
I love that level of optimism. There's a lot of blocks next to where I'm standing that are gone. Can't say I'm over the moon about that.
There is a lot of spit damage in this build.
Just like prom.
What's that damage, though?
You'd be surprised.
I have an abrasion.
Just like prom.
I'm very hungry. I need to eat a loaf of stew.
It's like prom.
Wait, what?
I will
I've been
say
hiding
this
under
is
a
an
roof.
obscene number of lumberjacks for some reason.
Right?
Calm down, Nev.
I just heard you get hard.
Alright, let's go take a look at what we're looking at damage-wise here. That's uncomfortable.
Professional opinion, we gonna end up in the dirt?
You know, I don't know. Because I would have thought, looking at it, that it would already have fallen over. We're in some weird math right now.
What is holding it up?
Hope and dreams.
prayers
Unicorn
and
farts.
unicorn farts. Yeah, exactly.
This would have been an excellent corridor to bring out AP ammo for.
Yes and no. I'm not sure I'd want to bring penetration in here. And there's really very few times in life you're going to hear me say that in general. I'm not sure now's the time for penetration.
Feels weird just hearing it.
Oh, yeah, this piece of the,
How?
I don't know how this is standing right now.
Oh.
Oh,
it's
no.
not good.
Here.
Okay. I don't know how this is up. This shouldn't be up.
Hey, they're starting to beat on the other one now.
Yeah.
You look behind you.
They've managed to break loose and get up top.
What the fuck?
Oh, no.
He made it outside.
It's not gonna do anything. He's out of the grass.
Are we not even connected to the other one?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
That's why they're just kind of wandering around.
This
now.
is two separate things. Oh, fuck.
I'll
It's a
save
war of
us.
attrition now.
Oh shit. Oh no, the tower!
Bye, tower.
Davian's
Davian's
dead.
stuck now.
Oh, God. he's nerd pulling his way back home. And he got kicked out from under him. The only reason this is still up is because I made this back end so much bigger.
Somebody fainted and fell off.
No, somebody hit me with a friggin' fister.
I didn't see any fisters. I don't know. Well, now the only thing keeping this base up is Neverwind doing laps in the desert.
Uh-oh.
That burned down, fell over, then sank into the swamp.
Here we go.
In the dirt, even with all that extra ass end that I built, it still came down.
Even with all that junk in the trunk.
Man, I made that a junky trunky too. So that's the end of the Horde Night, and as you can see, we hit the dirt. It's not great. The only reason it stayed up as long as it did is because I had put so much extra into the platform for us to stand on, well above and beyond what the original build called for. They even took down the little separate jumping pillar. That's just insulting. I don't know, I'm insulted. Durability, well, we hit the dirt. That's an F, no questions there. Player danger. Now, ordinarily we'd say we hit the dirt and that's an F, but we hit the dirt with like maybe 10 Zeds left on the field. So I don't know if that's an automatic fail because there was nothing really much left to do by the time we did land. I think the big danger came from the stuff that was able to make it up, over, or jump, or came at us from behind, or whatever. There were a lot of Zeds up on the platform with us throughout the evening. Player danger, I think a B- is fair. It needs improvement, but it's workable. Are the Zeds controlled? I would ballpark
It's not a fail.
I would ballpark it that on any given cycle, maybe 50% of the time they would lap, and the other half they would dick around for a while or stay. Or the killing corridor as a concept isn't as efficient as it used to be. I don't recommend it because of that. You're right, it's not a fail. Are the Zeds controlled? I'm thinking maybe C- territory.
Yeah,
Because
C-.
it's not good.
Yeah.
There's certainly worse, but it's just not great. Resources used is not applicable. There was nothing in this base. Ammunition for the evening, I used 754 rounds. Neverwind?
957.
Davian?
1884.
Duel?
848.
And X.
1981.
That gives us a grand total of 6,424 rounds, which is firmly in B territory on our grading scale. Take it with a grain of salt, though, because most of us spent the entire evening using single-shot weapons, anticipating we would need full auto when we hit the dirt. Cheese. Is it cheesy?
This is Swiss cheese.
I'm going to say no. I think it wants to be Swiss cheese, but it doesn't work. It fell apart. I think it's trying really hard to be cheese and is bad at it. So it's like moldy craft singles. We're in a weird place because this desperately wants to cheese. It used to be cheesy, but now it just kind of sucks.
This is curds and whey.
Chance to patch already done. They've
Yes.
already kind of ground this one into the pavement. It's not worth doing. Final grade. It's in pieces. It's obviously not something we're going to recommend, and kind of what we saw in 19, this idea is basically dead. I think this is something the community writ large, and maybe our Australian colleague in particular, need to reconcile with, is the fact that the devs could not be any more obvious in how much they hate killing corridors and what they're going to do in terms of effort to make this concept go away. This base was stronger than the design as presented, and we're still only looking at the surviving third of it. You know, there are a lot of base ideas floating around out there, and this is not one that we're going to recommend. Final grade, I'm thinking D.
Does it get even that? Because it did collapse. And in previous iterations, when something collapses, it gets an F.
Yeah, I think Nev is right. It did. It hit the dirt. Between that and the difficulty we encountered in building it, and I'll reiterate that this was arguably the most irritating build I've tried to pull to date. In terms of time spent and sort of hair-pulling frustration, this came way closer than I would have ever imagined a killing corridor being capable of, to the toilet. If you're not familiar with that one, go check it out. But that was a gigantic, costly monstrosity, and this tiny little rank killing corridor was right there in terms of time and what the hell factor.
Because Akiva didn't say it, we're going to put the link to the toilet in the description.
Up next, I think, Nev, you have finally finished the thing.
Oh, wait. Back up a second. Is that saying you want to go to the Ferquarium Junior?
I mean, is it kind of a get it over with scenario here for me, I think?
That's reasonable.
Getting over it?
I'd rather just, no, it is not a getting over it scenario. Go to hell.
Link in the description.
Just gonna be pasting links for 2 hours. But maybe I would just rather get the Ferquarium Junior, God, out of the way and stop having to say it compared to season 1 where it haunted me the entire time.
The sooner you do it, the sooner you can start blocking it out.
Seriously, Davian's on board. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will catch you next time. Today we're taking a look at the Australian Death Hall. No. Welcome back, Nick. Fuck. God, you can tell. It's been a week. Today we're taking. Oh my fucking god. Tonight is gonna take forever. The newest killing corridor, the Australian Death Hollow. Oh my fucking god. Australian.
How many drinks have you had?
None. That's the problem.
Oh, go get one, damn it.
Yes. Bender, have you been up all night not drinking?
Of the killing corridor, the death holiday. How many times am I gonna say fucking holiday?